Hi, this is Neil from the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs, where we help people just like you start selling things on Amazon, whether that's right here in Australia or indeed right around the world. We've got over 2,000 great members all selling things on Amazon. You can find out more by going to www.aussieonlineentrepreneurs.com.au. In this video, Rosie from the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs is going to show you how to change a business name from a sole trader into a company. Now, Rosie, I'm going to make you the presenter, blink, which means that you can, at any time you want, unmute yourself and share your screen if you want to. If you don't want to share your screen, no problems at all. Either is absolutely fine, all right? Just so you know what's going on. You're still muted our end, so you must unmute yourself, your end, for you to be able to speak, Rosie. There you go.
Okay, I think I figured that out. Thank you.
Hey, Rosie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Quick little introduction for Rosie. Rosie is a part of the Seller Central setup team. And if you spend any time at all within the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs community, then you have probably had one of your questions answered by Rosie. She is incredibly generous with her time and also with her skills and helps heaps and heaps of folks within our community. So massive, massive thanks for that, Rosie. And what are you going to talk about today, Rose?
Well, two different topics, and I'd like to start with the first one, and I'm just going to share my screen. What can you see on your screen there?
We can see how to transfer a business to a new owner in ASIC.
Perfect. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. So just a disclaimer, first of all, I'm not an accountant and I'm not a legal representative. This has come up from a few posts in the Facebook group from a few people just asking about how to transfer a business. So I thought I'd just go through the process with everybody, because at some stage you might be wanting to do this, especially if you're a sole trader at the moment. So, okay, so the scenario, you're a sole trader and you've got a registered business that's owned by you. So that means that the business is assigned to your sole trader ABN. Then you're moving ahead and you've set up a company, and now you want to transfer ownership of that business to your company. And an example here, now I have chosen Sugar. It actually doesn't exist. I did have another one called Happy Days, but somebody's got that business name, so I thought I'd pick one that somebody doesn't own. Jenny Blogs owns Sugar as a sole trader. She's consulted with an accountant and has set up a new company called Sugar Ventures Proprietary Limited. She now wants to transfer all the assets from the business Sugar, including her Amazon seller account, to Sugar Ventures. All right, so the first thing you need to do is go into ASIC Connect. So hopefully everybody here in Australia will know who ASIC are. And there's the link there that will take you straight into that login screen here. Okay, so first thing you've got to do then, once you're in that screen, is to log into your account. And to make sure that this process works, you do need to have your business name linked with your ASIC key first. I'm not going to explain what that is because that's a little bit technical, but it's if you've got a company, you would know what that is. Okay, so it's just a simple thing is logging in. Like I already had an account, so I just logged in here. But if you don't have one, you can sign up and take you through the process. Then you go to the Lodgements and Notifications tab at the top. You'll have a list of businesses. Now you might only have one, and then you just select it here, and then over on this side here you can see Cancel Transfer Business Name. That's the one you want to select. Okay, and I have made a note that further down on the screen, which I haven't taken a screenshot of, it's got your personal details, including your email address. It's important that that email address is correct, so please just double check that and make sure that it's current. Okay, so after selecting Cancel Transfer Business Name and clicking on Go, then you complete the form. Now, I haven't gone through the whole process with the form and screenshots. It's pretty straightforward. You say you want to transfer the business name and just work through completing your details and submit it. Now, don't be put off by the term cancel, okay? It does essentially cancel your business registration, and it takes about 28 days to complete that process, but we're going to go on to step 2, which will be registering the process for your company. So you should get an email in 24 hours after submitting this. The important thing here is that you will get a transfer number that's 13 characters long. That's what you'll need to go on to the next step. Okay, so I have included a link here if you want to read more about it. So what I'm providing here is just a high-level summary, but there's a lot of information on ASIC's website, and I do encourage you to read it when the time comes. So the next step, how to register a business name with the transfer number. So they do have a process on their website to register a business name, which is just your standard process, but this is slightly different. You have the transfer number, so you're not actually registering a brand new business. Okay, you're registering a business that already belongs to somebody else, which is you as your sole trader, and you now want to register it with your company. Go back into the same screen, your login screen in ASIC Connect, and log into your account. And moving on to across the top, previously we went into lodgements and notifications. So this time we want to go into licenses and registrations. And the drop down only has one option here, and that's business name registration. So that's the one you select. The next screen will have a few things here that you need to read, and I make sure that you do understand what this, I'd read it basically, because there's some good information in here and what you need to know. You need to read each one of these and check them, because you can't move on to the next screen until you've checked these ones. And then down the bottom, there'll be a get started button. So once you've completed this screen, you go on to a form, an online form, where you put in the ABN of the company that you've registered, the proposed business name. So in the case of Jenny Blogs, she's got Tuga, and she wants to transfer the business Tuga over to Business Ventures, Tuga Ventures. And so she will put in the business name Tuga. Okay, it has to be exactly the same. Then there'll be a field for the transfer number. Now, I will admit, when I put mine in, I only put in 12 characters by mistake. I had dropped one when I did a copy and paste. And after the 28 days and the business didn't register, and I'm thinking I've done something wrong. So I ended up calling support, and they were fantastic, and they discovered the problem straight away. So that's what I've highlighted here, 13 characters. So just make sure you do copy all of them, including the dash. You can select the registration period as 1 or 3 years, and the proposed business holder type, which is your company name. Enter that's all your company name details and the address and so on. Once you've completed everything, you just complete the declarations, you make your online payment, because it won't register until you've paid, and then you confirm your submission. It is very straightforward. It sounds like it's a lot of information, but it's easy to work your way through it. So what to expect? First phase, as I mentioned earlier, will take about 28 days. The second phase happens automatically as soon as the business name is available. So what I encourage you to do is, once you've done the first phase, you get your transfer number, raise the request straight away to register the business against your company, because as soon as the first phase is completed, then the second phase will happen automatically, provided you do the 13-character transfer number like I didn't do. Your renewal periods won't carry over. So if you've got your business as a sole trader and you've still got, say, 1.5 years left of the registration, that's tough. You don't get your money back, okay? Mm-hmm. The transfer number, okay, so if you haven't raised the second request, like to register the business against your company, the transfer number does sit in the system for just under 5 months. But usually within that time, you probably forget about it. That's why I'm suggesting that you do it as soon as you get your transfer number. Just get the request in there, so you don't have to worry about forgetting it and possibly losing your business name. There's also a possibility that you'll have the two business names on the register, but that doesn't do anything. There's no harm in that. It doesn't appear to affect anything. And other things to consider. So now this may not be like everything, but there's just things that I had to go in and do when I did my business transfer. Make sure you let the ATO know that the business has changed ownership. I did that through my accountant. Make sure that you update the legal entity in your seller account and any other e-commerce platforms. So before you do that too, always, like for Amazon particularly, just raise a case, let them know that you're changing the entity, legal entity, and they'll let you know what documents you need to upload. PayPal. I got caught with this one as well. I had PayPal in the name of the business, and when I transferred it over to the company, I had to create a new PayPal account for the company. Okay. Similar with OFX, I've got OFX, but I've mentioned a couple of other ones that people use. That the OFX account was in my business name as a sole trader, and then I had to create a new OFX account for the company. Another thing to think about too is that when you set up a company, of course, you've got a new new bank account, either a debit card or a credit card. Just make sure that you update those in your e-commerce platforms as well. And lastly, if your business name is trademarked, make sure you transfer the ownership of the trademark to the company as well. Okay, and that's it.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Rosie. That was awesome. Any questions for Rosie while you've got her on the call? Let me know. And there are the details for Seller Central Setup. Just as a little kind of spiel about Seller Central Setup, they handle heaps and heaps of different aspects of building your Amazon business, to do with the setup, to do with shipping plans. Basically, if you're stuck with any aspect of your Amazon business, get in touch with Seller Central. Typically, you're going to be dealing with Rosie, and Rosie will be able to help you through those with no problems at all. You guys help heaps and heaps of people, don't you, Rosie?
Yes, we do, and with a whole range of issues, and also just general help with things like creating shipping plans, coupons, new seller accounts. Yeah, to cover quite a range.
My thing is, if you find yourself stuck and you've been stuck for more than an hour with something, outsource it. Get some help, move on, learn how to do it from somebody else. Rosie will do it with you so that you can see how to do it, and that way you'll know for next time. So not only do they do it for you, but they'll also teach you how to do it so you'll know for next time, rather than kind of sitting there frustrated, swearing at the screen, which is what I tend to do. Get it outsourced, get the team to help you out. They're really, really fantastic. And as Rosie said, they offer heaps of different services. Rosie, lots of folks saying thank you so much, and also asking if you would mind posting the Prezzo in the Facebook group for us, please.
Absolutely, happy to do that. Yes. Well,
so, can you operate the P2I without using a business name? So I'm not sure if you would know that. Can you operate P2I Ltd in its own name without using a business name?
Yes, my understanding is you can.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think that is it. So if you do have any questions, I'm going to make myself the presenter again, Rosie, just so you know what's happening, hon. Okay. If you do have any questions, then let me know. That video was from my regular every week Monday night open Q&A session, where the members of the Aussie online entrepreneurs get to ask me anything at all about selling their products on Amazon, whether that's right here in Australia or indeed right around the world. If you'd like to find out more about becoming an Aussie online entrepreneur, you can go to www.aussieonlineentrepreneurs.com.au, where you'll be joining over 2,000 other larrikins and crazy people as we all build our own cash flow creating businesses on Amazon. Link is in the description. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.